As I was crossing the street, I wondered what I should call the controller, since it looked a lot like a GameCube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox 360 controller combined. Then it hit me, I thought of the perfect name for it. I looked at the controller and said, I'll call you the GTX controller. Then all of a sudden I heard three familiar voices down the street. I walked up to see who they were, and to my surprise it was my friend Weasel, being forced to give his money to two of the most pathetic bullies on the street, Aaron and Jake. "Please don't take it, guys, it's all I got," Weasel said in his nerdy voice. "That's too bad. Now give us the money or pay with a broken nose," Aaron yelled. I came up from behind Aaron and yelled, "Hey Aaron, Jake, stop picking on my friend Weasel or I'll kick your ass." Weasel, with his blue eyes, thick square glasses, freckles on both sides of his cheeks, and short black hair, hightailed it out of there screaming, "Run away!" and jumped into a bush against the wooden fence down the street. Aaron and Jake have always picked on Weasel and I when we were kids, but not anymore now that I've got my new controller. Aaron and Jake both had short spiky black hair, but Aaron's eyes were green and Jake's eyes were blue. "You want some too, Dick?" Aaron yelled, puffing out his chest. "Yeah, bring it on, punk," I yelled back. "Kick his ass, Aaron." Jake cheered as he grinned. "Okay, you asked for it," Aaron yelled as he hauled up his fist. As he was sprinting towards me with his right arm in the air, I pressed the start button on my controller, causing him to be frozen in place. I then rotated the joystick, making Aaron face towards his best friend Jake, and pressed the start button again. Before Jake knew what hit him, he was hit square in the face and flew 5 feet back, hitting the ground knocked out cold. Aaron stood in shock, trying to figure out what had just happened, and then he snapped out of it and turned back to me. "What the hell did you make me do?" he screamed, shaking his fists. I sneered and chuckled at him, which pissed him off even more, making him growl like a pit bull. He came at me again with his right arm in the air, and I paused him. I walked behind him and moved him with my joystick to be right in front of a metal stop sign and pressed start. Aaron hit the stop sign so hard he broke every bone in his hand and yelled out, "Ouch!" I laughed at him in pain, which made him scream with tears in his eyes. "It's not funny. Neither is picking on Weasel," I yelled as I grabbed him by the throat and kneed him hard in the gut. "If you ever pick on Weasel again, the beating next time will be far worse than it is now," I boomed as Aaron hit the ground, coughing. "It'll never happen again, man, I swear," Aaron screamed in pain. "Good, now get the hell out of here before I show you the true meaning of fear," I said, crossing my arms. Aaron hopped up like a bunny and jetted off with his right hand on his stomach. Watching as Aaron ran off crying to his mommy, I felt good inside, like how a superhero would feel after saving someone, and I really like the feeling. "Excuse me, Shawn," Weasel said in his nerdy voice that sounded as if someone was pinching their nose together and then talking. "What's up, Weasel?" I asked. "Thanks for kicking Aaron and Jake's ass for me. I owe you one." "You're welcome, dude. I've always wanted to kick their ass and teach them a lesson," I said, giving him thumbs up. "Well, I've got to head home now," Weasel said as he checked his watch. "All right, I'm man," I said as I waved goodbye to Weasel. I then started home myself with a big smile on my face, thinking about the ass kicking I gave Aaron and Jake. The next day, I woke up to a beautiful morning. The sun was shining rays of golden light, the air was cool and smelled like roses, and the birds were chirping a wonderful tune. It was a perfect morning until I couldn't find my Halo game for the Xbox. The first thought that came to mind was my ratty little sister, who loves to come into my room and hide my games somewhere in her room. I stomped down the hallway towards her bedroom with my fist balled up and heard giggling coming from her room. When I reached her door, I banged on the door so hard I nearly knocked the hinges off. Terry then opened the door and poked her head out with a smirk on her face. "May I help you, sir?" she asked as if she was a clerk from a grocery store. "Where's my Halo game?" I asked angrily. "I know you have it, so just hand it over and save yourself the trouble of not getting one of your dollies' heads ripped off." "I have no idea what you're talking about," she said, playing dumb and shrugging. "Bull crap, you always come into my room when I'm out somewhere and jack one of my games just so you can get a kick out of it because you know it irritates me." She held her hands up in front of her chest and stared at me with those big brown eyes of hers, then started to tremble her lip. I truly don't know, my dear awesome brother of mine, Terry said. Like your puppy dog face is really going to work on me. I sneered. Move aside, I said as I pushed Terry to the side and walked into her room. I'm telling you it's not here, look all you want, she said as she crossed her arms. I spent the last 4 minutes searching her room, looking in her closet, under her pink bed, in her pink dresser, and in her medium-sized pink toy box and couldn't find it. I guess you're right, I sighed. Just as I was heading out the door, I spotted the yellow case duct taped to the wall over Terry's door. Ah! So you do have it, I said as I reached up and peeled the tape off the wall and retrieved my game. Shoot! That was a good hiding spot, Terry said as she snapped her fingers. Why would you even put it somewhere where I can spot it in an instant? I asked. I thought you were dumb enough not to notice, because you seem really stupid to me, she said, sticking her tongue out at me. I then put her in a headlock and gave her an atomic nudie. Ow, 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 she cried as my knuckles rubbed roughly against her black hair. When I let her go, she teared up, covering her big brown eyes, and busted out crying, screaming, Mommy! I could hear my mom in the kitchen drop a pot on the floor and quickly run up the stairs. What's wrong, sweetie? She asked as she came into the room. Shawn gave me a nudie, she cried as she rubbed her head and pointed at me. My mom bent down on one knee and hugged Terry comfortably as she gave me an evil look. Shawn, how could you do this to your little sister? She's only 10 years old, she said angrily. She came into my room and jacked my Halo game, then taped it all over her door. I yelled. That does not give you the right to hurt her like that, Mom yelled back. I rolled my eyes and walked out the room, thinking to myself, whatever.